Om Sri Chinmaya Sadguruvai Namaha. Hello students, welcome to today's online class. Children, in our previous class, we discussed about our beautiful environment, how our environment given a beautiful things to the human resource. But whereas we are the people, we are not utilizing in a proper way, and always we are disturbing the Earth's vitality and nature's ecosystem. So now we are suffering because of that imbalance in ecosystem. So now we all are suffering about coronavirus. So these are because of the natural disturbances. This all happens to them. Now in today's lesson, I'm going to discuss with you about our Earth. So what are the parts inside our Earth? This is one photograph related to inside our Earth, children. See here, if you observe different, these are colored with different layers here. So the outer side, this topmost soil we call as crust, and this second layer is in this layer is called as mantle, children. And again here yellow in color is core. This is outer core, children. It is in the form of liquid state. And inner core it is in the form of solid like magma. So our Earth inside is divided into mainly four parts. As we said, three only, but third part again divided into two parts, that is outer core and inner core. The topmost layer is and the second layer is mantle, and third layer is core. This core again divided into inner core and outer core. So if you observe this picture here, so if you observe here picture, then you came to know very clearly. So this is the top layer crust, this is the second layer mantle, and the third layer core. So this third layer again in the form of solid and liquid state. Liquid state is outer core and the solid state is inner core. So these are the main parts of our Earth. Here our on Earth is like onion inside, so it has different concentric layers with one inside another. So the uppermost layer of the Earth's surface is called the crust, top layer, children, as I shown the picture to you, and it is the thinnest of all the layers, and it is about 35 kilometers from the top to inside. How many kilometers? 35 kilometers. After that, on the continental masses, only 5 kilometers. So this is continental crust. This is continent. Here oceanic surface, and this is the oceanic crust. So this is the continental crust. The main area constituents of the continental mass are silica and alumina. So the top layer of the soil contains with silica and alumina, so that it is called as Sial. Si means silicon, Al means alumina. The composition of the silica and alumina is known as Sial. So the top layer of the soil made up of Sial. The oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. If you see here, color is different from regular crust. This is made up of silica and magnesium. So this is called as Sima. This oceanic crust made up of silica, and magnesium, so we call as Sima. And just beneath the crust is the mantle, which extends up to the depth of 2,900 kilometers. I shown the second layer to you children. So from after the 35 kilometers to up to 2,900 kilometers, it is second layer mantle. Second layer mantle. So once again here, this topsoil is made up of Sial and this oceanic crust made up of Sima. And the innermost layer is the core with a radius of 3,500 kilometers, and it is mainly made up of nickel and iron. This core is made up of nickel and iron. Iron we called as ferrous, so that we called as NEF. So we called as NEF. After 2,900 kilometers up to 3,500 kilometers depth, it is occupied by core, third layer of the earth's surface, and in this is made up of NEF. And the central core has a very high temperature and pressure. The center core has very high temperature and very high pressure. So most of the volcano eruptions occurs in these places only, and these all inside of the core, whatever the magma or lava, they are coming out from the volcanoes because of the high pressure. If you see here children, the deepest mine in the world is in South Africa. It is about 4 kilometers deep. In search of oil, engineers had dug a hole about 6 kilometers deep here. So what is the deepest mine in the world is in South Africa. So they dig the earth only up to 6 kilometers. And to reach the center of the earth, but it is highly impossible to us because the temperature of the center of the earth is very high, in thousands of degrees temperature, so highly it is impossible to us. So to reach the center of the earth, so we have to dig a hole. How many kilometers? 6,000, not 6 kilometers. 6,000 kilometers deep to the ocean. We have to dig the soil. And the crust formed only 0.5% of the volume of the earth, and 16% consists of the mantle, and 83% makes the core. Thus, radius of the earth is 6,371 kilometers children. How many kilometers? 6,371 kilometers. Once again here, so the crust formed only 0.5% of the volume of the earth. So that earth 16% consists of the mantle, and 83% what is there? That makes the core. So crust is very less, only 0.5%. Whereas this mantle is 16%, whereas core is 83%. So that if you want to reach inside center of the earth, what is the radius of the earth here? 6,371 kilometers. This is the world's biggest mine under the earth, up to 3.9 kilometers, approximately 4 kilometers children. So it is located in South Africa. So it is a gold mine. It is the process of changing ownership after Harmony Gold entered into a definitive agreement with Anglo Gold Ashanti to acquire its South African business for an initial payment of $200 million recently in February 2020. So production at the underground gold mine was halted due to a seismic event that killed 3 miners. Miners means here those who are working under the miners. So approximately 3.5 kilometers below the surface recently in March 2020. So far they stopped at only 3.5 kilometers. So it is the world's largest deepest mine. It is belongs to a gold mine.
We're 3.9 kilometers below South Africa, inside the world's deepest mine. No person has ever ventured deeper than this point. We've reached the frontier of human exploration. Intense heat makes it impossible to travel farther. The rock face is at least 60 degrees, hot enough to burn the skin from our fingers. The weight of nearly 4 kilometers of solid rock above brings a constant risk of collapse. But it's worth the risk. The rock looks unremarkable, but it's hiding something spectacular. $2.8 billion years ago, hot water trapped inside the Earth since the planet's formation cracked the rock. The water released microscopic mineral particles. They formed a vein of quartz, and in it, gold. This is real-life alchemy. Gold has captivated mankind for millennia. It won't tarnish, discolor, or crumble. It's exceptionally malleable. A single ounce of gold can be beaten to a sheet 90 meters square. And above all, it's beautiful. Every gram of gold, even the gold in your wedding ring, started life billions of years ago, far from Earth, in an exploding star. In a supernova, an explosion so intense it fused atoms into gold. Microscopic gold particles blasted out into space, mixed with rocks and dust, to form our planet. It's this gold dust we mine today, nearly 4 kilometers down. In this mine, most of the gold is scattered throughout the rocks. 1 ton of rock will yield less than a sugar cube of gold. There's something else hidden in these crevices. Tiny, mysterious organisms. Microbes. This is some of the deepest life ever found on land. With no sun, no oxygen or nutrients, these microbes eat rock. And they've got company. These monsters are worms, nicknamed devil worms.
So have you seen the video? That is deepest mine in the world, which is located in South Africa. And this is our interior part of the earth, children, as I explained. So once again here, our crust is about 35 kilometers on the continent masses and only 5 kilometers on the ocean floors. And this oceanic crust mainly made up of sima, means silica and magnesium. And this the main mineral constituents in the continental mass are the silica and alumina. So it is called as Sial. The continental crust, oceanic crust, two are different, children. So continental crust is our landmass and oceanic crust means under the ocean. So under the ocean, oceanic crust is made up of sima, and here the continental crust is made up of Sial, silica and alumina. This is our earth. So the top layer is crust and the second layer is mantle and the third layer is core. The core again divides into two parts, outer core and inner core, children. So as you saw now, what is the interesting fact here? The deepest mine in the world is located in South Africa. That is about 4 kilometers. In search of oil, engineers have dug a hole up to 6 kilometers deep. But here, this mine is only for gold mine and open mine. Even for oils also, we are using only 6 kilometers depth only. And to reach the center of the earth, so we have to dig the hole up to 6,000 kilometers deep on the ocean floor, but it is highly impossible. Next one is rocks and minerals. So the earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks. Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth's crust is called as rock. Rocks can be on differ from size, color, and texture of each and every rock is differ one to another. So here these are some types of rocks. So even that minerals also included in this type of rocks only. So rocks are mainly three types. These are the three types of rocks, children. So the major one is igneous rocks. This stone is example for igneous rocks. And the second one is sedimentary rocks, and third one is metamorphic rocks. So here these metamorphic rocks are very strong and hard, and these sedimentary rocks are formed due to the wind pressure, and other small sediments are formed into a sedimentary rock. So here igneous, this word is derived from the Latin word ignis. Ignis means firing. So these igneous rocks formed due to the lava eruption. Because of that fire, these stones formed, so that it is named with ignis. Ignis means fire. And the sedimentary also derived from the Latin word sedimentum. Sedimentum means settle down. Sedimentum means settle down. So based on the small dust pieces are formed as a sediment here. And third one is metamorphic rock. These metamorphic rocks, this word is derived from the Greek word metamorphos. Metamorphos means a change of forms. Means igneous rocks are changed into sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are changed into metamorphic rocks. So that this changing rock is named with metamorphic rocks. So how these rocks are formed? When the molten magma cools, it becomes solid. So that because of the solidified of the magma, the rocks formed. These type of rocks are called as igneous rocks, children. So these are also called as the primary rocks, children. So these are mainly two types of rocks available for us in igneous rocks. There is one is intrusive rocks, another one extrusive rock. So intrusive rocks and extrusive. What is meant by intrusive rock? What is meant by extrusive rock? So lava is actually fairly uh, red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth on its surface. When its molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it is rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called as extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine grained structure. For example, basalt rocks. So basalt rocks are the example for extrusive rocks. Our Deccan Plateau area is made up of basalt rock only. When sometimes this molten magma cools down deep inside the earth crust, then it is solid. After these solid rocks so formed are called as intrusive igneous rocks. So the Deccan Plateau is an example for extrusive rocks. So sometimes without coming out this magma, they cool down inside of the deep crust only, means inside of the volcano. Sometimes it is called as intrusive igneous rocks. For example, granite is an example of intrusive igneous rocks, and our grinding stones also example for intrusive igneous rocks. These are the extrusive rocks. So lava is actually fiery red molten magma coming out from the interior of the earth on the earth's surface. When its molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it rapidly cools down and becomes the solid. These rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called as extrusive igneous rocks. They have a very fine grained structure. For example, basalt, the Deccan Plateau is made up of the basalt rocks only. Granite is an example of intrusive igneous rocks, children. Here, when the molten magma cools down deep inside of the earth's crust, it is not coming out of the crust, deep inside the earth's crust only, its solid rocks so formed are called as intrusive igneous rocks. So for this intrusive igneous rocks, granite is a good example, and our grinding stones also good example for intrusive igneous rocks.
Igneous rocks. Objective. To learn about igneous rocks, their types, and formation. The Earth's crust is made up of different types of rocks. The rocks which make up the maximum volume of the Earth's crust are called igneous rocks. The word igneous has been derived from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. These rocks are associated with volcanic eruptions. Let's study more about igneous rocks and how they are formed. The liquid rock matter that we see coming out from volcanoes is called magma. It is a hot liquid made of melted minerals. When this magma reaches the Earth's surface, it is known as lava. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks, which are also known as volcanic rocks. Due to rapid cooling, their crystals are fine-grained. However, some of the magma can't come out and settles inside the surface. The magma cools slowly beneath the Earth's surface, as it is completely surrounded by the soil and rock present there. The cooling and the solidification of magma at a depth within the Earth's crust result in the formation of rocks having large crystals, known as intrusive igneous rocks. So we've learned that igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. It is interesting to know that igneous rocks were the first to be formed and are also known as primary rocks. Pumice and obsidian are extrusive igneous rocks. Pumice is used in making lightweight concrete, and obsidian is used in ornaments. Granite and diorite are intrusive igneous rocks. Both are used as building material. To summarize, igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. The cooling and the solidification of lava at the Earth's surface result in the formation of extrusive igneous rocks. They are also known as volcanic rocks. The cooling and the solidification of magma at a depth within the Earth's crust result in the formation of intrusive igneous rocks.
Here it is magma chamber, children. Magma chamber. So as you observe here, intrusive igneous rocks are formed from the magma that cools slowly, and as a result these rocks are coarse grained. So these are the intrusive rocks, and when it coming out this lava coolified and then it form as a rock, these are extrusive igneous rocks, and these are cool very quickly, and a result of that it form as a rock. So it is a crystal. Here it is a lack of crystal growth, children, in this extrusive igneous rocks, but whereas inner are the most probably granites, and it is very strong. Hello children, that is about our types of rocks, how the rocks are formed, and follow the textbook while watching the video, and then you clearly understood the concept of the lesson. Hello children, thank you.